When you hear European wine country, you might think of the rolling hills of Tuscany or the French countryside. But here in the heart of Eastern Europe, Moldovan wine is building a reputation for being one of the finest out of the continent. 330 feet below the rolling hills outside of Moldova's capital, Chisinau, lies an underground wine city with a diverse selection.
White, rosé, red, dry, sweet.
These 75 miles worth of chilly and humid roads make up the Cricova wine cellars, with street names based on grape varieties.
A red zone is used for still wine aging, blue zone for sparkling wine.
The winery combines traditional manual techniques.
Bottles are turned at 45 degrees each 2 days during 8 weeks to collect the yeast from body into neck.
And employs newer technologies to ensure a refined and consistent taste. Moldova's sunny southeastern European climate and fertile soil creates the perfect recipe for growing grapes.
That is produced by French technology champenoise.
Cricova sommelier and guide Diana Dementiev says a cup is a direct reflection of the country's winemaking history.
Wine is like a poetry, because you may see the power of sun by looking at the color, to feel the power of Moldovan nature by flavors, and to feel the art of winemakers by taste.
Originally a limestone quarry, the cellars opened in the 1950s when Moldova was the main wine producer within the Soviet Union. Products then were made to be cheap and in bulk.
Here near us, we have a big barrels Vedans that have a huge quantity volume between 4 and 8 tons that were used mostly 60, 70 years ago when Moldova was produced wine for Soviet market. Because we stored here a huge quantity of the wines during 1 year, up to 30 million liters.
However, Moldova's relationship with wine goes thousands of years before Soviet times. From ancient Dacian cultivation to Greco-Roman influences, wine culture is something passed from generations.
Looking back to my childhood, I do remember my grandfather bringing at every dinner a glass of red wine, a homemade wine. My dad used to do the same, so it was something familiar for each and every family in the village.
At Plinkuvin Wine Boutique in the center of Chisinau, the shelves are stocked with bottles only from Moldova, made from popular varieties to local grapes like
Floricica, Viorica, and Fetasca Regala. I do love that our small producers, they try to experiment even at the labeling and bottles.
After Russia banned imports of Moldovan wine in 2006 and 2013 as punishment for the country's increasingly pro-EU ties, the local wine industry reinvented itself to appeal to international markets.
The quality of the wine changed dramatically after the embargo, and the winemakers, the wineries understood if they want to survive, they have to change something. That's why it was a turning point to start investing in our local grape varieties.
For wine connoisseurs and tourists coming into the boutique,
it's going to be like a challenge to me to surprise them with something. Even if they're asking some, I don't know, Merlot or Cabernet Sauvignon, I will suggest them to give a try to the local grape varieties. I think this is what makes us special, just having something new to show to the wine world.
Молдавское имеет и терпкость, и мягкость. Оно, то есть, в совокупности, как сделали инь-янь. Понимаете, вот так, одно целое.
I've been living in Moldova for the past year almost, and Moldova made me literally understand everything that is related to wine. In my country, I'm Jordanian, basically Tunisian and French. Not in Jordan, Tunis, or France. I have seen Moldovan wine before, so I don't think it has this reach to the global market.
experts say breaking into the U.S. market is harder for Moldovan winemakers because they can't keep up with quantity demands. But as the country strives to join the EU, expect to find more bottles at shops in the West. From Chisinau, I'm Mistelmakher.